you all for joining the training today. In today's session, we will discover Zoho Assist and how it supports remote assistance. So this session exclusively focuses on attended on-demand remote sessions that can be taken right from the place where you are. So by the end of the training, you'll have a clear understanding of how Zoho Assist can enhance your remote support experience by accessing the end user or the customer's device remotely. So before I start the training, please confirm if you could see the screen and hear my voice clear. Just a thumbs up or a thumbs down would work fine. Thank you all for the confirmation. So a quick introduction of myself. I'm Ayesha. I work for Zoho Assist and Zoho Lens as a product expert. My focus is to onboard and train customers and implement the product based on their requirement. And I also engage them with regular follow-ups to understand how the product works. I also conduct monthly webinars to give the latest updates with the product. So moving to the session's agenda, we will have a quick short introduction of the software and how it could best fit in this emerging cloud-based remote control market, followed by the user management as it plays a key role in organizing the people who take remote sessions from the portal, like enabling a set of permissions like session control, file transfer, and etc. Topping it with security measures, being a remote control tool, we will see the security features applicable like data protection, MFA, which is a multi-factor authentication, then IP-based restrictions, etc. Next comes the customizations. We will see the rebranding options available with the application, along with a few key features used by Zoho Assist customers. Followed by integrations, Zoho Assist can be seamlessly integrated with other Zoho products and a set of readily available integration with third-party applications. We also provide APIs allowing companies to integrate the remote tool into their existing workflows. Lastly, we will have a Q&A section. We will choose to display the questions raised by the attendees who joined the training today and address the answers to all the audience. So I do have an expert team around who will answer your questions instantly. So please do feel free to raise your questions. So in this introduction, let's see how Zoho Assist being a remote tool is essential and how it can transform your daily business. So Zoho Assist stands exclusive in the market, making it accessible for small and medium-sized business without sacrificing the quality, be it adaptability, the ease of access, data protection, and with the security features provided with the product. So its features are exclusively tailored for IT admins and MSPs who need a reliable, secure software when coming to troubleshooting and maintenance. So let's say you run an e-commerce platform, specifically a beauty product e-commerce platform that helps your customers purchase and manage their online stores. So a customer reports that they are unable to upload a new product to their store catalog. So you being a technician can quickly start a live session to view their screen, identify the error, and troubleshoot the issue directly. So by providing instant support, you not only resolve the customer's issue faster, but also enhance their overall customer experience. So this is the major role of remote support tool. So as in, bringing in remote support tool is not only an option, but it is essential for an organization to provide remote sessions that meets the needs of both SMBs and large enterprises. So though there are a lot of tool in the market, selecting the right one based on the organization standards is crucial. So why would you choose Zoho Assist when coming to a remote tool? So typically the management evaluates the software based on the key capabilities such as its user friendliness, then the core business, the need of the core business, then the scalability and the availability of integration to support the existing application that is already used within the organization. So here, Zoho Assist is intuitive, which breaks down the barrier for the people who are not tech savvy with its user-friendly interface. It's straightforward for the technicians to initiate remote sessions and for the customer to join the on-demand session in single clicks. So coming to the cross-platform support that we offer, Zoho Assist provides a varied range of devices, including Windows, Mac, Android, and iOS devices. With its advanced security features, it offers end-to-end encryption, secure file transfer, MFA. It also offers MFA. So this ensures that sensitive customer data is protected during the remote sessions. Zoho Assist is also highly scalable as more companies move to cloud environment in day-to-day activities. Zoho Assist provides a flexible solution that adapts to varying team size and the client needs. So coming to the cross-platform, to conduct on-demand remote support session, these are the operating system that is supported. So the technician can instantly start an on-demand remote support session from a Windows, Mac, and a Linux machine. The technician can also start an on-demand session from a Chrome OS, and the technician can also start a session from mobile device, being it iOS and Android. So the remote computer, whereas the customer or the end user can join an on-demand remote support session from a Windows, Mac, and a Linux machine. The customer can also join a session from Chrome OS. They can also join sessions from mobile device, being it iOS and Android. They can also join sessions from Raspberry Pi machines. So next comes the user management. So once you select the software for your business, now the real challenge is how you get your users onboarded to the application for them to extend their support with the tool. It's important in an organization setup where multiple technicians or support staff may need control and access over the remote support features that is offered. So with managed technician, you'll be able to add, assign roles to the technician effortlessly, irrespective of the number of technicians that you manage in your organization. So let me take you to the portal to show you how you can go ahead and manage your technicians. So here, this is the Zoho Assist portal where you can log into the portal using assist.zoho.com. Once you log into the portal, you'll be prompted to enter the username and the password that is assigned for you, being a technician. Once you log into the portal, you'll be directed to the home page of the screen. So this is the home page of the screen. From here, you can go ahead and start on-demand sessions. For you, the super admin and the admin to manage the technicians, you can quickly click on the settings option in the right top corner, and you have organization and you have manage technician. So this is where you go ahead and manage all your technicians. You can invite your technician by clicking on invite technician, enter the email ID of the respective technician, choose the role that needs to be associated to the particular technician, and then the groups, departments and group privileges. Once you hit invite, automatically an email invite will be sent to the technician, and the technician can accept the org invite and join the organization portal. In the case if you're looking to bulk invite all the users in your organization, you can enter the email ID of the respective users and hit invite. Or else, in case if you have them in a CSV format, you can also import the CSV format, and then you can send a bulk invite to all the users. Let's say you have your users managed in your AD. You can also sync in your AD with Zoho directory and manage all your users via Zoho directory. So we do have a readily available integration where you can go ahead and manage all your AD users directly synced into Zoho directory, and then assign the Zoho Assist application for all the users that is managed in your AD. So this is how you can go ahead and sync in your users from your AD into Zoho directory and then assign Zoho Assist application. So taking you back to the slides, we will see the next user management options that we have. We have departments. Departments allow you to create and manage multiple divisions within your organization. Say that the departments are classified based on your customer's organization or based on the geographical location that your customers are spread across, or say if they are in a specific work group. But so each department can have its own set of technicians, and you can also associate email templates and email configurations to that particular department. So let me show you how you can go ahead and manage your departments inside the portal. So the admin can log into the portal and click on settings in the right top corner. Under organization, you have department. So this is where you go ahead and manage multiple departments. So in an organization, you would have one from the sales team, one from the customer support team, one from the quality analyst team. So multiple teams can be there in one specific organization. You can go ahead and add your department. You can enter the department name, the display name, and choose to enter a short description. And you can add the respective technicians who fall under that respective department. You can also promote a technician to be a department admin. So that department admin will manage all the other technicians in that specific department. So once you configure the department, it will be listed here, and you can go ahead and switch between your departments from right up corner as you see here. So in the case if you fall under the customer service department, you can go here and then you can initiate sessions from this specific department. So this is how you go ahead and manage multiple departments, and you can also create departments from this specific location. So the next user management that we have is the rebranding and custom domain option. So you can brand Zoho Assist by including their company logo, the favicon, and the name, and they can also customize the portal URL that is associated with the company details. And we also have custom domain feature in Zoho Assist that lets you access Zoho Assist from the domain of your choice. So it enables the organization to customize the URL that the technicians and the customers visit or start to join a particular on-demand session. So here you can choose to have your own company name for your technicians to log into the portal. So not exactly having a Zoho Assist domains for them to log in, but they can use your own company name in order to access the portal. So let me take you to the portal to show you how you can go ahead and rebrand the application with your company details. So under settings, you have organization details, and here you can go ahead and enter your organization info. You enter the organization name, the admin's email, the phone number can be added. The logo can also be changed as per your preference, and you can also have the favicon uploaded. And you can also have the portal URL changed. So that portal URL will automatically reflect in the URL that your technicians log in. So this is the basic organization info that can be uploaded. Then we have custom domain. So here you can have your own domain added, your own company domain added. Once you add your domain, you need to verify your ownership using your own domain provider. So all organizations would have an existing domain provider which manages your domain. You will have to verify your ownership using your domain provider. Once you verify your ownership, then you submit and verify the particular domain. Then we, from the product side, will raise an SSL certificate after validation. And then you can guide your technicians to log into the portal using your own domain rather than using assist.zoho.com for them to log in. So this is with the custom domain option that we offer with the application. Moving to the next option we have is the email templates and the email configuration. So here you can go ahead and create your own email templates, and you can also set up email configurations where the from address and the to address can be configured based on your preference. So let me show you where you can go ahead and configure the email templates and the email configurations available with the product. Under settings, you have general and you have email templates. So here we do have default email templates. In case if you choose to prefer the same, yes, you can have the same, or else you can also add new email templates. You give a template name, the subject, and you can also insert custom fields of your choice to make this particular email look like that it is from your own organization, from an authenticated organization. So the end user or the customer who joins the session will validate the email invite. Okay, this is from the respective organization that I know, and I'm fully okay to go ahead and join the particular session. So you can go ahead and attach the technician's name, the organization name. In case if you have a ticket number, yes, you can also update your ticket number here. So this is how you go ahead and create a new email template of your choice. So these are various events and scenarios where you send out emails to your end users or customers. So you can have email templates created for various events. We also have email configuration. So by default, any emails that is sent from Zoho Assist is going to be from notifications@zohoassist.com. In the case, if you choose to have it to technician's email address or a custom email, for example, each organization would have a specific generic ID for support and for maintenance and so on. So in case if you have a custom email, you can enter the custom email here. So any emails that is sent will be from that specific ID that you mentioned here. Then we have reply to address. The reply to will be by default, it will be to technician's email address. In case if you have a custom email, you can also enter the same. CC is a copy of every email that is sent out from this Zoho Assist portal will automatically be sent to the particular ID, email ID that you mentioned here. So that's with CC. So this email templates and email configuration is department specific. So each department might vary in the email templates and the email configuration. The from address and the to address might differ for each department. So you can set it up based on the department specific. So that's where the user management that we have with the application. Let's take this with a scenario. So Zilker, which is a private organization here, offers IT support to a healthcare organization where data security isn't just important, but it's critical. So here is our first scenario. David, the system administrator at a company called Zilker, has recently switched to Zoho Assist, the remote tool that is used that's going to transform their whole managed IT operations. But David isn't celebrating it because he is facing a major challenge. So he has to onboard over 100 technicians into the system, all from their company directory, and he has got only 1 day to do this. Now imagine being in his shoes. So it's a time crunch, and manually entering all the users sounds like a nightmare. So but with Zoho Assist, there's a faster way that David can make use of. So let me show you how David and admins like him can skip this and onboard all the technicians in a minute. So that is where we have Zoho directory integration, where you can go ahead and sync in your AD users to Zoho directory. Once you sync in your AD users to Zoho directory, and then you can go ahead and assign the Zoho Assist application and then provide access to all the users. So this is where David can go ahead and manage all the users in Zoho directory. So once you have synced in with your AD, you manage all the users from here, and then you can select one specific user, and then you can assign the respective privileges for that specific user. Yep. So that's how simple, where David can manage each and every action for that specific user. He can manage the MFA for that specific user, and all other, like in case if a password reset needs to be done for that specific user, yes, everything can be managed from here. So this is how, once your AD is synced with Zoho directory, you can go ahead and manage your users from this specific portal. So let's come back to the slides. Here, let's talk about the security options provided by Zoho Assist. So Zoho Assist actually offers a robust security features for remote support session. Here, exchange of data in Zoho Assist during a session is protected by industrial standards SSL and 256-bit AES protocol. So coming to the compliance that we support, GDPR has been our priority right from its inception. Then we are also HIPAA compliant. Additionally, we provide a varied range of security options available with the application, starting from the privacy settings. We have action log viewer, we have MFA, multi-factor authentication that can be enabled for the technicians. Then we have IP-based restrictions. So in an organization, we do have IP-based restrictions. So you can choose to modify or disable the IP-based restrictions that is set up in your organization. Then we also have data retention. You can choose to save the data that is saved inside the Zoho Assist portal for a specific amount of time. And after that, all the data that is stored inside Zoho Assist portal can be erased by the retention period that you mentioned. So we will see in detail about the security options that we have in the application. So taking you back to the portal. So under settings, you have security and compliance, and we have privacy settings. So here under privacy settings, we have concern. So in case if you integrate with any of the third-party application, as you see here, in case if you integrate with Google or Zendesk or ServiceNow, if you integrate with any of the application, you will always have to get a concern sign. So once you have the concern sign, automatically the data exchange is done after the concern is signed. So we get a concern sign. Then we have data protection. In case of any action that is carried out, automatically a notification will be showcased at the end user or the customer. So only if the end user or the customer accepts the particular action, then the respective action will be carried out by the technician. So here we have session confirmation. If you have a customer who is joining an on-demand remote support session, they will have to authenticate themselves, agree to a particular session, and then they'll be able to share their screen and then join the session. We also have role-based access, where you can go ahead and manage the technician based on the roles that is created. So we do provide custom roles. By default, we have a specific set of roles. In the case if you like to enable a set of other roles and privileges for the technician, yes, you can also go ahead and manage your technicians. And we have a confirmation prompt. These are various events for which you can go ahead and enable the confirmation prompt. In case of any action carried out by the technician, automatically it will be showcased at the customer side, and only if the customer accepts the particular action, the technician will be able to perform it. Then we have breach notification. In case of breach, automatically the super admin will be notified. And in case if you like to add any other email address to the breach notification, yes, you can do so. Then we have right to erasure. Any data that is saved inside the Zoho Assist portal can be erased by the respective amount of time that you mentioned, by the retention period that you mentioned here. And you can also delete anonymous data such as the company, customer's IP address, the technician's email, or the customer's email. Any data that is stored inside the Zoho Assist portal can be deleted from here. And if the user is no longer belonging to your organization, who has moved out of your organization, you can remove the user from here. And you can also set a retention period where, for example, say that any data that is saved under the reports and the action log viewer should be erased in 3 months, like say 90 days. Automatically, you can set the retention period, and after 90 days, the data that is saved inside the reports and action log viewer will be erased. So this is how you go ahead and manage your retention period. Then we have action log viewer. Any of the action that is carried out by the technician inside the Zoho Assist portal will be captured here. For example, say that I am trying to delete one specific department. Automatically, it will be captured in this specific action log viewer because there is a sensitive action. So me being a technician, I try to delete one of the department that is added by the admin. Automatically, the action log viewer captures it, and the super admin can log in and check for the remarks here. And in case if there is any warning or error identified, automatically the super admin can clarify and then clear off the respective action that was carried out by the technician. So here you can see multiple actions that is taken or conducted by the technician. Then we have multi-factor authentication. So you can go ahead and enforce authentications for the technicians who log into the portal. So as of now, the technicians will log into the portal using assist.zoho.com. Once they log in, they will have to authenticate themselves using any of the authentication methods, say a fingerprint or a face print or SMS-based OTPs. Any of the authentication methods can be used. And only if they authenticate themselves, they'll be able to log in and have access to the portal. So this can be set up via Zoho directory, and you being the super admin can also reset the password for the technicians who log into the portal. So all that can be managed via Zoho directory. Then we have IP-based restrictions. So as I mentioned, in IP-enabled organizations, you can go ahead and modify or delete the existing IP allowed IPs based on your security policies, and then you can have them configured from here. So this is with the IP-based restrictions. So these are various security options that we provide with the application. So in case if you have any questions, you can raise it over the Q&A that way. So coming to a scenario where Zilka is a private organization which offers IT support to a healthcare organization, where data isn't just important, but here we will have to make sure that the data is secured in the best ways that we offer with the application. So David, their system admin, knows better than anyone. So every login, every session that the technician access is sensitive and all needs to be secure. But there is a problem where David's team is still relying on just the passwords for login. And in today's world, passwords alone don't fit in, right? So now when we are dealing with exclusive patient records and medical systems, so that's where we can go ahead and enable MFA for in Zoho Assist. So where you can authenticate the technicians who log into the portal. It is an easy but yet a powerful layer of protection that ensures that only right people get access. So with this with Zoho Assist, David can easily configure MFA for the technicians, and then I'll ask them to use any of the authentication methods such as SMS or OTP or any push notification and so on. And only if they authenticate, they will have access to their portal. That's with the MFA scenario that we have. Moving to the customizations part with Zoho Assist. So we do have various customizations. We will quickly see what each and every customization does inside Zoho Assist. At first, we do have technician console, the options provided to the technician to perform during an ongoing remote support session. So in technician console, we do have two types of viewers. So let me introduce the viewers that we have with the application. Where you can choose to initiate your remote support session in a web console. Web-based sessions can be initiated, or desktop-based sessions can also be initiated. Based on your preference, you can have the technician console set up. Then we have nearest gateway center. Connecting to the nearest gateway center automatically enhances the session performance. So data can be quickly acquired to the nearest server available in that particular region. So this will actually increase the performance and allow instant connection. Then we have uninstall customer application. So whenever a customer joins an on-demand remote support session, they will have to go ahead and download a particular file, an agent file. Once they download, then they'll be able to share their screen and join the session. And not all customers or end users will be okay or feel secure to have a third-party application installed on their computer. So with this specific option, automatically whenever the session ends, you can go ahead and uninstall the customer application that was installed on the customer's machine and have it uninstalled. So that particular option is available. Then we have application sharing, which enables the user to share a specific application with the technician for troubleshooting purpose. So here the user can decide whether to share their entire desktop or one particular application before the session begins. So that's with application sharing we have. Then we have a notification center, where notifications enable real-time communications with the technicians and keeping them informed about the live notifications about if a customer has joined the session, or if the customer has submitted a new request. So any of those actions are captured in the notification center for them to give for real-time communications with the technicians. So let me take you to the portal to show you these options. So here you can log into the portal. All the way right top corner, you have the settings option and you have general and you have preference. So here you have the technician console. Here the technician can choose to initiate sessions in a desktop-based application or web-based sessions. Choosing Windows native client, you can initiate an on-demand remote support session, being it a desktop-based application. For the very first time, you'll have to go ahead and download the installer, but for consecutive sessions, automatically the sessions will be initiated directly on the desktop application. And we also have web-based sessions where you can initiate new sessions in a new tab or a new window based on your preference. And the next customization option that we were talking about is connecting to the nearest gateway server will automatically enhance the performance. So this is one of the best practice that we suggest for all the customers who purchase Zoho Assist. So keeping this option enabled, automatically connecting to the nearest server in that available region will automatically increase the session performance. Then we have uninstall customer application after session ends. So this particular option should be checked. So what happens is automatically whenever the session is ended with the particular customer, the agent that was being installed on the customer's computer will be uninstalled. But if you have the customer who's frequently visiting you and who's a regular customer, and you would like to take consecutive sessions with the same customer, you can choose to keep it unchecked so that the particular customer application will stay on their computer. Whenever you would like to take control, you can just ask them to enter the key, join the session, and they would need not download it each and every time, but automatically the installed application will be invoked and you can join a remote support session. So that's where you can go ahead and keep it unchecked. Then we have application sharing. So this particular option should be enabled. Whenever the customer or the end user joins a particular remote support session, they can choose to share the respective application that they would like to share it with the technician, and then they can initiate the session. So that's with application sharing that we have. Then we have notifications. So under settings, we have general and we have notification. So here, these are various scenarios for which the notifications can be enabled. So in the case of a customer joins the remote support session, automatically a desktop notification along with a pop-up sound can be enabled so that the technician is notified about the customer who has joined the session. For example, if the IT admin has initiated a couple of sessions or 2 to 3 sessions at the same time simultaneously, and they would like to know which particular session has been customer has been joined for the session, automatically a desktop notification will be showcased. Or in the case if you would like to have an email notification, yes, you can also have email notification. So these are various scenarios for which the notifications can be triggered. So coming to the another scenario that we have. So David's company supports a healthcare client, which means sensitive patient data is always on the screen. So when a technician requests remote access, the client might hesitate, where they will have to go ahead and download the third-party application. So they're not comfortable in sharing their entire screen, but they are okay with what they need to control over if the technician only views the screen. So in that case, Zoho Assist solves this by the application sharing option. So allowing the client to share only specific application or window, keeping the rest private. So this is where the application sharing option would actually help. So its security and transparency actually builds trust in environments like healthcare organizations. So here David can choose to enable application sharing. So whenever the client joins or the customer who joins the particular session, they can choose to share their screen, and the technician will be able to only view their screen, and then they can guide over, the technician can guide over the client and then have the issue troubleshooted for them. So that's another scenario. Then coming to the key features offered with Zoho Assist. So we have various key features. We have jotted down the basic ones that we have with Zoho Assist, which is remote billing. So this billing feature manages periodic customer billing for any remote service that a support technician has provided. So this feature allows the organization to track and compute bills based on the session count that the technician has taken, or it can also be based on the duration, which is the session hours. So that's with remote billing. Then we have survey. A Zoho Assist survey feature allows the technicians to collect feedback from the customers as well as the technicians after the session. So we do have customer survey and technician survey available that can be enabled for the customer and the technician respectively. Then we have customer widget. So this feature provides a widget, which is a HTML snippet that can be easily embedded onto your website. So it allows your customers to join a remote support session from your own web page instead of using an email invite or asking them to use a particular URL. Your customers can join the session by entering the session ID shared by over a phone call. So this can make it easier for your customers to join the session from your own web page. Then we have service queue, which is a self-service portal where provided for the clients or the customers, which allows the users to resolve their issues by raising a request. So raising an inbound request. So whenever there is a need at the customer side, automatically they can make use of the service queue, submit a particular request and get that assisted. So it can be accessed by the users who need assistance and will allow them to join an instant remote support session for existing issues, or in case if they would like to submit a new issue, yes, they can also submit in the support queue. So that's with the key features that we have. So we will see in detail about the key features that is offered with Zoho Assist. So at first, it is the remote billing. We have the remote billing option here under organization and billing. So here, these are the existing bills. In the case if you like to create a new bill, you can go ahead and create a new bill from here. You can add a billing plan. So here you give a name and you can choose to enter the currency of how you would like to charge them based on the currency. The billing type, as I mentioned, it can be cost per session or it can also be cost per hour. For example, let me say for a session, you're going to charge them for $10. You can enter the dollars and then you can associate this specific bill to the customer, and then you can go ahead and invoice the particular bill to the customer who has taken that specific session. You can go ahead and email this particular invoice, so automatically the invoice will be sent to the customer, and from there they can make use of the invoice and then pay the respective charges. So that's with billing, remote billing that we have with Zoho Assist. The next one we have is the survey. On the survey, as I mentioned, we do have technician survey and customer survey. Once the session is ended, automatically the technician and the customer can provide their feedback to enhance the session, remote sessions that is being offered by the organization account. So here we have technician survey. You can go ahead and add a respective survey. For example, you give a survey name, a short description. You can choose the session type to be a remote support, and you can go ahead and add your questions for the technicians who actually initiate sessions. So it can be a single choice based on this. It can be a multiple choice or a star rating, or any of the questions. How would you like to improve the session? So the question can be entered, and you can have a scale, and then you can go ahead and add the questions. So once this question is created, and then you can go ahead and create a survey. So once the survey is created, automatically it will be listed here, and then you can go ahead and publish the respective survey. So automatically when the session is ended, the technician will have to provide a specific their feedback, and then the feedback will be collected in the report section for later reference for the admins and the super admins to evaluate and validate the feedback. Then we also have customer survey. As I mentioned, you can go ahead and add a survey, customer survey, and you can also go ahead and add the questions like how would you rate the technician performance during the session. So any type of question can be added there, and then you can create a survey. You can also go ahead and create a third party survey. So in the case if you like to direct your customers to a specific link or your own organization website or to any of your other marketing sites, you can go ahead and enter the URL here. Once you enter the URL, automatically once the session is ended, the respective customer will be directed to that particular URL that you have mentioned here. So this is the third party survey that we have with the application. So this is how you go ahead and create and manage your surveys. Then we have customer widget. Under remote support, we have customer widget where you can go ahead and use this particular iframe. You can go ahead and embed this iframe onto your own company website. Once you embed this iframe, automatically it will be listed as this widget as you see here, where the customer can enter the session ID that is gathered from the technician who is available to assist them. Once they enter the session ID, they can click on connect and then download the particular file and then join the session from their organization website. So all you need to do is go ahead, embed this particular iframe and have it configured on your organization website. So that is with the customer widget that we have. And the last key feature that we talked about was self-service portal. So this is the client portal URL that can be provided to your customers who can go ahead and raise requests on their need basis. So this particular URL can be copied, and let me show you how a customer can go ahead and raise a request using the client portal URL. So this is the client portal URL. You go ahead and the customer can choose the respective department in where their query will have to fall. And you enter their name, then the email address, and a short description of what the issue is. So let me quickly go ahead and short description of the issue. And just hit submit. Automatically, this particular request will be submitted in the service queue, and the technicians can log into their portal and check out for the request under remote support. You have service queue, and you can check out for the respective query that has been raised by the customer. So you see the problem and the status is in queue and it is not assigned. So you being admin can go ahead and assign it to any other technician who is available in that particular shift and ask them to get this sorted. Or in case if you like to move this to another department, yes, you can also move this particular request to another department. And if you'd like to decline, yes, you can also decline if there is no available technicians and ask them to raise a new one when you have your working hours. You can go ahead and accept this particular session to be a chat session or a remote support session. For example, let me say I'm going to accept this particular session as chat session. So me being the technician and the customer can communicate using the text chat, and I can go ahead and gather further details from the customer about the respective issue that they are facing. And in case if that is resolvable in the chat, yes, well and good, I go ahead and give them the steps, resolve the issue in the chat. But if I, being a technician, suggest that, okay, a remote session is needed to further investigate and debug the particular issue that the customer is facing, then I can go ahead and initiate a remote support session. So that is how you go ahead and initiate a particular service queue session to be a chat session or a remote support session. So based on your preference, you can have the particular session initiated. So that's where the URL that we have with the application. So in this client portal URL, we do have a couple of authentications. So it can be unauthenticated sessions or authenticated sessions. Unauthenticated sessions is anyone with this portal URL will be able to raise an inbound request. So be it any domain, any generic domain or any domain, users will be able to raise a request. But in the case if you would like to have your own organization users raise a particular request to your IT admins, so your employees of the organization can go ahead and raise a request to your IT admins to get the issue resolved. You can go for SAML-based authentications where you can go ahead and authenticate your employees using your own domain. So you would have a domain for your organization. You can authenticate based on the domain and then let them raise a request let them raise an inbound request. So that is where the SAML-based authentications are available with the application. So that's where the service queue option that we have with the application. So moving to the slides back. So here is another scenario. So meet Sarah. She's logged out of a system and she needs a password reset from the IT admin. So every minute, as you know, it counts her productivity and her task is on hold. And she's rushing to the IT admin's desk. But with self-service portal, Sarah can go ahead and raise a request to the system admins of the IT team, who can then instantly connect remotely and resolve her issue like in seconds. So here there is no need of a desk visit each and every time. Sarah doesn't need to go ahead, rush all the way down to the desk of IT admin and then get it resetted. But from here, offering quick support means Sarah is actually back to work and she can go ahead and do her task. Where this is where remote support sessions can be handy, where Sarah can go ahead and raise a particular self-service request. The request will fall under the service queue, and the available IT admin can pick the request and assist Sarah and get the issue troubleshooted that she is facing. So that's where the scenario that we have. So now let's see a quick demo of how the technicians can go ahead and start an on-demand remote support session, initiate on-demand remote support sessions, and how the customers can go ahead and join an on-demand sessions by downloading the particular file and then share their screen. So let me take you to the portal to show you how the technicians go ahead and raise remote support sessions. So here you can log into the portal using assist.zoho.com, or in the case if you have your own custom domain, you can log into the portal using your custom domain. So under remote support tab, this is the home page. Under remote support tab, you can enter the email ID of the respective customer whom you are looking to assist, and then hit start now. Automatically an email invite will be sent to the particular customer, and from there the customer can go ahead and join the session. Or say that you can also instantly start an on-demand remote support session by clicking on the start now button. So clicking on the start now button will automatically generate a key. This key can be provided to the customer, and you can ask the customer to join the session. So these are various ways via which you can go ahead and guide your customers to join an on-demand remote support session. So here you can guide your customers to type in join.zoho.com, give the session ID and ask them to join the session. Or you can also use this particular URL. You can copy this link and share it via your communication tool that you have and ask the customer to join the session. Or you can also invite them via mail or SMS. So these are various methods via which you can go ahead and guide your customers to join an on-demand remote support session. So at the customer side, the technician can use join.zoho.com for them to join the particular session. So this is the URL. You can go ahead and enter the session ID. So let me go ahead and enter the specific session ID. And you can give the customer can give their own name and then hit join. Automatically they'll be prompted to download the application and then join the session. Or in case if the customer prefers to use a customer plugin, a desktop based plugin that needs to be installed on their computer, and then whenever they are looking to join an on-demand remote support session, they can make use of the customer plugin and then join the session. So now if the customer hits join session, automatically they'll be prompted to agree and download the particular file. Once they agree, download and execute the file, the customer will be able to share their screen and have full access and control over their screen. So that is how a particular customer can join a remote support session. So as you see, once the customer accesses this particular code, they can download. So you see the process that was listed here. And here I do have a test customer who is joining an on-demand remote support session with me. So I hope you can see my screen where I am connected to a remote computer. The remote computer is connected with multiple monitors. Here I can choose the respective monitor that I would need to work with and have full access and control over it. Or in the case if I would like to simultaneously work with both the monitors, I can do the same. So let me choose one specific monitor, and you see I have full access and control. So I just open another tab and I can search for any of that. So as you see, I have full access and control over the remote machine. So the blue bar at the left is going to be the technician console, the options provided to the technician to perform during an ongoing session. So we will quickly see the options provided for the technician to perform during an ongoing session. So we have view. Under view, we have actual size. It replicates the actual screen resolution of the remote computer to the technician screen. In case if you need to have a full screen, it gives the exact satisfaction of working directly on the remote computer. In the case if you like to exit the full screen and have access to the other tabs, you can also exit the full screen. We have show remote cursor. The remote cursor can be made use to point out to a specific error message that the customer has pointed. This makes an easy communication between the technician and the customer. Wherever they point out to the error message, automatically the technician can have that result for them. We have color quality, basically depends on the session performance. In case if the remote computer is connected to a lower bandwidth, you can have the color quality set to 25, which will automatically enhance the session performance. Then we have a screen resolution. By default, the screen resolution is 1920 and 1080. You can also set it to based on your preference. The screen resolution can be set based on your preference. Then we have sessions. Let me quickly just down the important options that is there in the sessions. We have invite technician, where you'll be able to invite an internal technician from your own organization, where you being the primary technician and the senior technician or the secondary technician can simultaneously join the session and get the issue troubleshooted. You can invite them via email, or you simply copy this particular link and share it via your internal communication tool that you have. And both you and the secondary technician can simultaneously work on the session and get the issue troubleshooted. In case if you're looking to invite an external technician outside your organization, for example, the customer is facing an issue with the application. You being the IT admin, you have troubleshooted all your way, but you have the application support engineer also join the particular session for them to troubleshoot further. In that case, you can go ahead and invite them as an external technician. You add the email ID and hit invite. Automatically, the external technician can join the session. So you, the IT admin, and the external application support engineer can join the session and get the issue troubleshooted. Then we have share my screen, where you being the technician will be able to share your own screen to the end user for them to showcase a set of guidelines or step-by-step procedures and so on. We have few shortkey combinations which send on Alt plus Tab and Control Alt and Delete. Alt plus Tab will switch between the tabs that is currently open on the remote computer, and send Control Alt and Delete will actually take you to this page where you'll be able to perform any of these actions here in a single click. So these key combinations are offered where for browser-based sessions to pass on the key directly onto the remote computer rather than reflecting on the technician's computer itself. So in case if I use Control Alt and Delete on the technician's keyboard, the specific action will be carried out on the technician's keyboard and not reflect on the remote computer due to browser-based restrictions. For that, we have offered few key combinations for you to work on. Then we have Elevate to admin mode. So this is again one of the important options that we have provided with the application. In the case if you being the technician, you are going to connect to a machine which has standard account privileges or guest user account privileges. In that case, you can make use of this elevate to admin mode and elevate the entire session in admin mode by authenticating using the credentials. You can either use the local admin credentials or you can also use domain admin credentials. Elevate the session using the UAC prompt that is popped up. You enter the domain name, username, and the password. You authenticate, and then you'll be able to action any of the admin privileges on the remote computer. So in the case if it is grayed out, by default, the session is running in admin mode, which means you have connected to an administrator account and not the account with standard or guest user privileges. And then you'll be able to take a complete screenshot of the current page that you're currently viewing. You can save it to your downloads, or you can also sync it to the cloud for your reference. So that's with screenshot. Then we have a few other shortkey combinations where you can make use of these shortkey combinations to perform any of the actions on the remote computer. So I just clicked on Windows and the letter R on my keyboard, which is the technician's keyboard, for me to open the run command. So here I'll be able to perform any of the actions. So all these key combinations are provided for easy access. And then we have set up unattended access. In case if you're looking to set this particular machine for unattended access, you can click on the setup unattended access. This will go ahead and install the Zoho Assist unattended agent on the remote machine and have the device configured for unattended access. You can go ahead and access the machine without anyone being present on the remote computer. Whenever you need, without anyone being present, you'll be able to connect to this machine. So So as an on-demand, you generated a key, you provided the key to the end user, and then ask them to join the session. Whereas in unattended access, you need to go ahead, a prior installation of unattended agent will be done. Once it is done, automatically the device will be configured for unattended access and you can access it. We do have unattended access webinars coming up in our upcoming training. So you can also join that for you to know in depth about unattended access. We have network statistics. This gives the network a reliability that is connected with the remote computer and the technician's computer. We also have disable input devices and blank screen. These are few security options provided, which will disable the mouse and the keyboard combinations of the remote computer. And blank screen will completely blanken the remote computer. In the case of the technician is entering few sensitive credentials such as username and password, automatically the technician can go ahead and blanken the screen so that the end user, the remote computer, the end user who's on the remote computer will only see a blank screen whenever the technician is entering sensitive credentials. We also have clipboard sync, where you will be able to sync the clipboard activity. The technician's clipboard can be synced to the remote computer clipboard for easy access. Then we have tools. You'll be able to perform all these actions in a single click. Any of the power options can be performed in a single click. You'll be able to boot up the machine, and you will also be able to boot up the machine in the safe mode, which will bring back the application in the startup. After booting up, you'll be connecting to the same session during your on-demand sessions. Then we have quick launch, so you'll be able to quickly launch any of the application that you see here. For example, say that you'd like to check for the display settings. I just clicked on the display settings. Automatically, the display settings will be open there for me on the remote computer, and I'll be able to check for the monitors connected, and I'll be able to check for the device details and so on from here. So all these actions can be performed in a single click. It will quickly launch the respective application. You being the IT admin, you frequently work with these tasks, administrative tasks. You can make use of the configure, cleanup, or task scheduler to open up in a single click. We also have file transfers, where you'll be able to send and receive files from the remote computer. In case if you're looking to send a respective file, you can use web client. If you're looking to transfer folders, you can make use of native clients. So once I click on web client, automatically the send and receive option will be provided, where I can choose to send one respective file from my from the technician's report. For example, I choose one file, and you see a pop-up here, and it says the specific file is transferred. By default, it gets saved in desktop. In the case if you like to change location, you can change location and save. Automatically, the respective file will be transferred to the remote machine. Similarly, you can receive any files from the remote computer. This is with send and receive files. Then we have chat, where you'll be able to initiate text and voice chat. So here you go ahead and initiate a text chat, and then you also have a voice chat, where you'll be able to initiate a voice or a video conversation with the end user who's present. So here it can be a system call or a phone call. System call, by default, it fetches the computer audio that is inbuilt with the computer. If you're going with phone call, you can make use of the number to dial in to the customer and have a phone call initiated. So that is with the chat option. Then we have diagnostics. So again, this diagnostics, I would say you can make use of these diagnostics without disturbing the person who's on the remote end. For example, say that you're connecting to an employee's machine. The employee is attending an online meeting, but you being the IT admin would like to check out for the software that is installed on the remote computer. You can make use of this diagnostic tools option and check out for the software that is listed on the remote computer. Or you can also check out for the hardware that is connected with the remote computer. Or if you like to execute any of the command on the remote computer without disturbing the employee, yes, you can make use of the diagnostic tools and have that entered. So that's with the diagnostic tools option. And a few other options for the technician to check is the monitors. In case if the technician chooses to work on both the monitors, the technician can make it a grid view or a vertical view or a horizontal view based on the preference. And if there is any notifications in the second monitor, automatically it will be notified, and live preview, any of the changes in the second monitor will be live preview so that you do not miss out any changes. You can also pop out the monitor here. This pop-out option will be handy whenever the technician has a couple of monitors and the remote computer also has a couple of monitors. So the technician can place monitor 1 with the monitor A of the remote computer, and the technician can also place a monitor two with the monitor B of the remote computer. So this, they can pop out two different monitors and two different screens. So that's with pop out option. Then we have notes where you'll be able to take a quick short note during the session, during the ongoing session, and that gets auto saved. We also have session details where you'll be able to check out the complete session details of the session. You can check out for the participants in case if there is any secondary participant. Yes, you can also see, and you'll also be able to see the device details. Again, last booted time must be handy. So in case if you need to reboot the machine, you can check for the reboot time here and then boot up it again. So that's where the options provided for the technician and a few of the options provided for the customer to perform during the ongoing session. So the customer will be able to check for the participant list in case if there is any secondary technician, automatically they'll be able to check out from here. The customer can also initiate chat conversation. They can also annotate in case if they find any specific error message that they have spotted using the annotations option available. Then the customer will also be able to send and receive files using file transfer. So you can make use of this arrow and push this customer console all the way right. This icon indicates that there is an ongoing remote support session on the device. So let me go ahead and exit the session. So this is how simple the technician can go ahead and initiate an on-demand remote support session by clicking on the Start Now button, generate the key, provide the key to the customer, guide the customer to join the on-demand remote support session, have them download the particular agent, and then share their screen and then join the session. Once they join, the technician will have full access and control over their screen, and the technician can troubleshoot the issue that the customer is facing and get that resolved for them. So I hope that was helpful. In case if you have any queries, please raise it over the Q&A. Then coming to the session analytics, we do capture each and every sessions that is taken from the Zoho Assist portal. So for your audit and training purpose, so you will be able to record the remote support sessions that is taken, and you'll also be able to record each and every action under the audit logs. We have an exclusive session under reports where you can check out for the audit logs. You can check out for each and every timestamp of the session can be checked out in the audit logs. We also have scheduled reports where you'll be able to schedule a specific report in a weekly basis or a daily basis based on your preference. We also have survey report where you'll be able to collect the survey, collect the feedback and put it in a report, and then have it handy for the admins and the super admins to discuss on enhancing the remote sessions that is taken from the portal. We also have session files where you'll be able to check out for the chart transcript. You can go ahead and download the session recordings and so on. So let me take you to the portal to show you how the session analytics work. You'll be able to go ahead and record your sessions under settings, general, and you have session recording. So here you can set up this particular option. You can record the sessions automatically, or you can also record the sessions manually based on your preference. Record automatically is by default, all the sessions will be recorded and will be saved in the report section. In the case if you are looking to record only specific sessions, you can go ahead and enable the record manually option so that the technicians can choose to record only the required sessions. The recording quality can also be set, so you can have it based on your preference. And in case if the storage is full, you can delete the older recordings or stop recording the new session. Then we also have multi-monitor remote sessions. You can choose to record both the monitors, or you can also record the monitor in which the cursor is active. So that's with multi-monitor options. Then we have exclusive reports section where you have audit logs. Under custom reports, you see each and every gist of the session that was conducted from the portal. And you have session audit. Under logs, you have session audit report. It gives the each and every detail of the session that was taken, and the event logs with the time spent. So you see there was a process that was terminated and a text was copied. Clipboard activity is captured. Any file transfer will be again captured. You can see the activities, the events that was taking place and performed by the respective technician or the customer is also listed here. In case if you like to export the particular audit report, yes, you can also export. Or if you'd like to export the entire record here, you can go ahead and export the option from here based on the duration or the filter that you would like to apply. So that's with the custom report. We also have scheduled reports. You can go ahead and create a new scheduler, give a name, description, and you can choose the scheduler to be a weekly, monthly, or daily basis. And you can also choose the file type, and you can also mail it to the respective ID that you would like to send the report to. Then we also have survey report, where the feedback that is provided by the technician can be collected here and checked out. So you can check for the feedbacks that is provided by the technician and the customer. From there, then you can later decide to see how you can go ahead and enhance the session performance from the sessions conducted from your organization. That is with survey reports. Then we have session files, where you'll be able to check out for each and every file. In case if you like to download the session notes, you can download it. You can download the session recording from here. And if there is any chart transcript, you'll be able to check it out from here. So that is where the session files that we offer. So remote support on the go. In case if you are a person who is frequently traveling, for example, you are frequently traveling and you'd like to initiate remote sessions from your mobile devices, yes, you'll be able to initiate mobile devices from your own mobile phone. All you need to do is go ahead, install the Zoho Assist Technician application from on your mobile device from Google Play Store in case of Android, and from App Store if it is going to be an iOS device. So once the technician application is installed on your mobile device, in a single click, you'll be able to initiate session, get your customers on this remote session, and troubleshoot the issue. So we do have mobile applications offered with Zoho Assist. So this is how a customer can join a remote support session from an iOS device, where they go ahead and enter the key that is provided by the technician. Then they start broadcasting the particular assist client to provide accessibility permissions for the technicians, and then they can go ahead and start the session. Once the session is started, automatically it will be started with a chat session. You can chat with the customer who is on the iOS device, and then the customer can go ahead and showcase what the issue that they are facing. You'll be able to view and guide the customer using iOS device. And this is for Android device, where the technician can go ahead and enter the key, join the session, and they'll have to go ahead and verify the application and start sharing their screen. Once they start sharing their screen, automatically this conversation will be initiated, and the technician and the customer can communicate, get the issue troubleshooted, where the technician will also be able to access and view the Android device. So that's with Android sessions. We also offer integrations where Zoho Assist can be integrated with various help desk, service desk, and CRM solutions like ServiceNow, Freshdesk, Zoho Desk, Zendesk, and etc. So once you have the complete configuration process, you can then initiate remote sessions right from the support tickets that you have. So these are the various integrations that we readily offer. For you to integrate these applications, you can move to the application. Under settings, we have integrations and we have apps. So these are various applications that we readily offer. You can just click on configure. Automatically, it will ask you to log in using your username and password. Once you log in, you can go ahead and enable the integration from the marketplace and have it configured. So that is with the integrations that we offer. Also have SDKs, where software development kit for Androids, which will help you build a custom app with the features and functionality that your customers can join the session. So in case if you have your own mobile application developed in your organization, you can go ahead and raise an on-demand remote support session from the mobile application and then control the device. So that is with the SDK that we offer. So we offer for both Android and iOS. So you can guide and get the issue troubleshooted. And you'll also be able to integrate Zoho Assist with third-party applications and websites using Zoho Assist APIs. Say that a client creates a support ticket in their ticketing system because they are experiencing an issue with their website. So once the ticket is created, the API integration triggers a call to the Zoho Assist APIs, and the API creates a new remote support session associated with that specific ticket ID. And then you can initiate sessions which can be sent to the customer to join the remote support session. We also offer webhook integration, which is an advanced integration that allows notification to be triggered to the configured URL. For example, say that you are working on a specific application and you like to have a notification whenever a session is initiated from Zoho Assist portal. But you being the admin would not be always working on Zoho Assist portal, but you would have a specific application that you work all time. So you can have a notification triggered to that application whenever a session is initiated or whenever a session is ended. For various events, you can have the notifications triggered. So let me take you to the portal to show you SDKs, APIs, and integrations. So here under settings, we have integrations. We have SDKs. So at first you'll have to register your app. Once you register your mobile application, then you can generate a SDK token and then integrate your app. Once you integrate, automatically you'll be able to initiate remote support sessions from the mobile app that you have integrated with. Then we have APIs. So we do have readily available APIs. We have API documentation, so you can get the APIs from there and have it integrated with your own website applications. We also have webhooks, as I mentioned, where you can go ahead and trigger advanced notifications. So you can go ahead and enter the URL where you have to, where you'd like to have the notification to. So these are the various events for which the notifications can be triggered. In case if there is a screen sharing session started, or if there is an inbound transfer request with respect to the department, you can go ahead and create a webhook. So that's with the integrations that we have. So this is the roadmap features that our team is working on. So we have quick support, which is a new customer plugin used to join remote support sessions and also raise a service queue request. So that quick support is actually available with the product. So we have early bird access. In case if you'd like to try quick support, please write back to us at support@zohoassist.com so that we can have that enabled for you exclusively to test it out. We also have co-browse option, which allows the customers to join a remote support session without downloading the application right from their website. So that's basically no downloads, where you can ask the customers to join the session from your website by entering the key, typing the name, and then they'll be able to join the session. We also have co-browse release. So in case if you'd like to test one, please write to us. We'll have that step-by-step procedures shared with you. And we keep increasing our gateway servers for enhancing the session performance. Enhancing gateway servers will automatically enhance the session performance. So that is something that we continuously work on. So we have a set of questions during the training. We did receive a set of questions. Probably we'll discuss the questions quickly. The first question is there a way to store credentials for use when elevating to admin mode during a remote session? So yes, with Zoho Assist, the credential manager feature in Zoho Assist actually acts as a vault that helps you save multiple login credentials for remote machine. So this information is automatically pre-filled whenever you access a specific machine, which actually saves you a lot of time and effort to remember the sign-in information each and every time whenever you connect to a device. So additionally, a single credential can be associated with multiple devices. So yes, we do have credential manager option. Let me take you to the portal to show you how the credential manager works. Under settings, you have general and you have credential manager. So here you can go ahead and create a new credential. You enter the name, the username and password. Once the credential information is uploaded, you can go ahead and associate the computers to which these credentials applies to. And then you can log in to the computer. Whenever you log into the computer, it will auto-populate. You can pick the credential and then unlock the remote computer. So that's where the credential manager option that we have. So the next question that we did receive is, can I share my screen with my customers? So yes, we do have screen sharing sessions where you can share your computer screen with anyone across using the screen share feature that we have. You can either start a screen sharing session instantly, or you can also schedule the screen sharing sessions based on your needs. So this can be used for your online meetings or any demo or training for training purposes. So in case if your customers, your customers can also request control if they need. So let me show you how screen sharing sessions work. Here under remote support, you have share my screen video button. So this particular option should be enabled. So whenever you start a session, automatically the screen sharing session will be initiated. And you can choose to invite the customer using the various methods that is available. Once you invite the customer, you being the technician will have to go ahead and download the agent at your end for screen sharing sessions. So once you download the agent, then the screen sharing session will be started and your customers will be able to view your screen, and you can showcase a set of steps of the installation process and guide them. You can also go ahead and schedule sessions, schedule screen sharing sessions. So you schedule sessions, enter the email ID, the title, the date and time zones can be entered, and you can schedule sessions and initiate the session at the respective time that your customer is available. So that's one question. The next question is it possible to communicate privately with my colleague via chat during the remote sessions? So yes, we do have an inbuilt chat that is developed, an in-house application, a Zoho Click, which is a communication tool, in-house application that is available, where you can have it integrated with Zoho Click and you can then communicate with your internal technicians. So let me show you how it works. You have the clickbot here. So once the integration is enabled, automatically you'll be able to communicate with your internal technicians from here. Or in the case if you have any channels or groups that you would like to communicate, yes, you can also go ahead and communicate with your channels, and the frequent contacts can be used to communicate over here. So that's with the readily available in-house application that we have. The next question is, I noticed a voice call option inside the session. Do you provide independent calling feature? So yes, we do have a voice call integration. So this integration in Zoho Assist enables users to initiate local and international business calls directly within remote support session or dial in from the icon that we have in the Assist chat. So let me show you how you can go ahead and enable this integration. So we have a calls option here. So you can go ahead and make use of this call option to dial in with your end users and customers. So you have a call ID, you enter the number here, and you go ahead and dial in with the respective customer and communicate using the voice call integration that we have with the application. So yes, that is available. So I think that is all the questions that we received. In the case if you like the training, please spread it across using your Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn account using the hashtag Zoho Assist, and you can share your experience. We always welcome your feedback.